So, Kathy, everybody knows you from Family Affair. You're a fan favorite, and we all want to know, what are you up to now?
I am very busy. I think that I have now am more busy than ever. It's a very celebratory year for me because I hate to say this, it is the 55th anniversary of Family Affair. And I know you find that strange, Sammy, because maybe we're the same age. We are about 30 or 28. And so I guess it was just the magic of Hollywood that this show first debuted in 1966.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. Like I told you before we went on air, my mom was a huge fan growing up, and she raised us watching it. She loved it to a point where she has a cat named Buffy who's sitting on the chair next to me, but she doesn't want to be on camera for once. But yes, it was such an incredible show and very progressive for its time because you had this young man raising his siblings child, two children, and then the third child came along, and then Mr. French was there. It was just so incredible.
Right. Because before that, it had always been the typical man, woman, and kids family. And so to have a bachelor, swinging bachelor, raising these three kids, that was an innovation. So it was fun to be part of that. And it was one of the first shows in color.
That's
We
right.
didn't have pink hair, which is so darling. I mean, I like the pink.
Thank
I
you.
it looks great. But I had red hair back then, but people could see it, and we had that kaleidoscope. If you seen the reruns, and that indicated to everyone if they hadn't noticed that the show was in color.
Yes, it was incredible. I remember that. I remember that. I watched it in reruns, obviously, but I definitely remember that. That was my favorite part of seeing it.
And so now we are in the midst of doing a spin-off for it called Aunt Sissy, and we will see what happened to everybody. And I also have two new books coming out this year. Like the first book that I wrote was the Family Affair Cookbook. I like to eat, I like to cook. So that was the first one. Then came out the memoir, Surviving Sissy. Then I wrote Ex Child Stars. Where are they now? Well, we know where one is right now. One's with Sammy, but where are they now? And where's Ron Howard? Hiding away. And then I wrote Holiday Recipes for a Family Affair. I do like to cook. I have a show that we're working on, have done the pilot called TV Dinners. And so this year, I'm also having a book that's going to come out to go along with that called TV Dinners, TV. And because of the anniversary of Family Affair, I'm going to have the Family Affair scrapbook. So I've been, assembling all this memorabilia and putting things together, also for like a museum, couple museum exhibits, as I'm going to do the book signings. So I'm a busy person. And we're talking about cats. This is my cat. I have a friend who has written three books about cats. The first one was Mrs. Hudson's cat. Did you know that Sherlock Holmes had a cat?
I did actually, yes.
Yes. And so this is the tale of the cats from the cat's point of view. And then he wrote A Cat's Tale of the Nativity. And now his third one just came out, A Cat's Tale of the Resurrection. And I have done the audio tape of all these books. So I like to do audio books. I'm
I
really
love
talking
it.
a lot, and I don't even drink coffee. I have tea in the morning, and that seems to loosen my tongue. All that little green tea in the morning and makes me go all day.
It's quite all right. That's what this interview is about, hearing you talk. And I'm so impressed with all the writing you've done, all the projects you've been worked on, and you're just such an incredible person.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm starting to do with other little stuffed animals. This is Paige. This is Paige, and this
Hey,
is Turner.
Paige. Hi,
Paige and
Turner.
Turner. And so we haven't started it yet. So you have to go to my Facebook at kathygarver.com. What a strange name. And we're going to start out with children's books and they can go on to it. This book is wonderful. It's called Four Bears in a Box. And did you ever see Gilligan's Island?
Yes, grew up on that one as well.
Yes. Well, Gilligan's, Bob Denver's real wife, Dreama Denver, wrote this book. And
Oh, wow.
Bob has passed away, but it was because of his idea and his imagination that she wrote the book. So Paige and Turner are going to have that book as their inaugural book to read on the Facebook.
I can't wait. Like I said, I have a new goddaughter to read to. So I'm
You have what?
definitely a new goddaughter, my little niece.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm the goddaughter, I'm the godmother as well. So I'm gonna be spoiling the heck out of her, and I'll be definitely reading these books to her, all of them.
What are you going to teach her, Sammi?
I am going to teach her how to be a strong, independent woman, and I'm going to teach her how everything about life. I'm just going to be, I guess, to throw out another throwback show there. I'm going to be the Mrs. Garrett of her life.
Oh, good. Good. Well, she is very lucky to have you as her guide through
Thank
life
you.
and through
Thank
the
you.
universe too, it seems.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So you have all these projects going on. What's next for you?
Well, I'm going to start a podcast, and that's Everything Classic. So my friend John Norton, who is a director writer, we'll be interviewing people and classic TV stars, and then our show TV Dinners TV. So those things are coming up. I'm going to be going to different conventions. So I'm going to Terrificon in Connecticut, because I also have like a voiceover career, and I did the animated series Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and I played the character of Firestar. Oh, I should have brought up, because I'd like to show and tell. This year they have this little 6-inch action figure of
Okay.
Firestar out. I don't know if I'm crazy about this. She has a detachable head. I rather like my head, and I would like it to stay on, but you can change heads on her. And then they have the little Ms. Lion, who is also on Spider-Man, His Amazing Friends, which is real cute. So the action figure of that came out in a statue this year, and a statue of Firestar. So I'm going to take that to the Terrificon, Comic-Con. And then there's the Mid-Atlantic Nostalgia Convention, and that's going to be really. Do you like classic stars?
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, Tony Dow and Jerry Mathers are coming to it from Leave It to Beaver, and Haley Mills, and I'll be there, and we're really going to have a real fun time. It's in Hunts Valley, Maryland, and we call it MANC for short, because Mid-Atlantic Nostalgia Convention is MANC. So I'm getting prepared to do that. And I'm going to be Silver Wanda. I am so glad that everything is opening up, and amusement parks and everything. And in Idaho, they have this amusement park, and Silverwood. So I'm going to be the spokesperson for Silverwood, and going to Boise, and I ride in on a horse telling people about Silverwood. And I'm Silver Wanda.
I love it. And when are you going to have time to relax? I mean, you have so much going on right now.
Every day at 5:00, my husband of 40 years, it's another anniversary that I'm celebrating this year. We've been married 40 years as of May 3rd. He provides a nice chilled glass of Chardonnay on our entry table. And so I sit and have a nice little glass of wine, and then I go cook, because I love to cook, and then I make dinner. So I relax. And I have, as old as I am, a 30-year-old son and his 30-year-old girlfriend. They have been living with us. Well, my son has never left, but he invited his girlfriend in 6 years ago. So we have a family affair in our house. And so they are really fun to be around. They condescend to take me on hikes. So I live in a canyon. And so they take me on hikes around the canyon, and that's how I relax, as well as garden. And so I'm trying to get rid of some weeds, but I just did a hand modeling thing. I've been like this commercial queen the last 4 weeks. I did a commercial for GoodRx, and then I did a commercial for email as a sneakerhead. Do you know sneakerheads?
Yes.
Well, my son knows all about sneakerheads, and he was so excited that I was going to do this commercial. And he says, Mom, what sneakers are you wearing? And so I said, well, they're fluorescent yellow and they have plastic laces. He went on Google and immediately showed me the pair. I said, how do you know that pair of shoes out of all those hundreds of shoes? Mom, look at the price. And they were like $1,000. I said, $1,000 for sneakers? He says, yes, Mom. You buy them, you keep them, and then their price goes up and you sell them. I said, okay. So he says, ask if you can keep them. So I said, can I keep these sneakers? And they said, no, you can go on eBay and buy them. I said, thank you so much in lieu of pay, but that didn't work.
Yeah. So that my shoes cost that much, I better do my laundry and cook me dinner.
Right. Yeah. Can you believe that?
That's crazy. I cannot believe that. That is absolutely nuts. I've never seen shoes that expensive before.
Yeah. And you can go on, and now that they're even gone up to $2,000. So I guess, it's the concept of collectibles like Mrs. Beasley. And they made these Mrs. Beasley bobbleheads.
I remember those. Yeah.
Did you have them, or the Mrs. Beasley ornaments?
I remember them. I didn't have them, but I do remember seeing them like on eBay and stuff.
Yeah. And so I thought, well, this was great. And I bought some and I took them to conventions and I'd sign them. And I said, well, I need to get more of these. I said, well, we don't have any more. I said, how can you not have any more? Well, that is a collectible. We only made so many. So I learned what collectibles are.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And since you did mention your cooking, what is your signature dish?
Well, it varies. I was going to say veal, but my kids are vegans and they said, Mom, but I like Italian cooking. So I like veal, and veal scallopini, or veal parmesan, veal piccata, with a little side dish is spaghetti, and then maybe some asparagus with a little touch of hollandaise. And I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, now I am too. And it's almost dinner time here in Pittsburgh. So
is that where you are, Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Uh-huh. So, I knew you were out of the world.
Yes, I'm out of this world. Another good show from back in the day.
Yeah, you really are up on your classic shows.
I love my classic TV.
Yeah, and they've just now started Me TV Plus.
Yes.
Did you hear about that? Read about that?
I did. Yes, and I cannot wait for it. I'm so excited.
Yeah. They have the classic cartoons on, and now they're going to have all of these. It's going to be distributed to a lot more people.
I can't wait. I'm so stoked about that. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite classic TV show?
Family Affair.
Of course. Yeah. That goes what I would say.
Yeah. I like that one. I think it stands the test of time. It's touching. It's funny. It moves people. I mean, I get people on my Facebook and they're saying, oh, that made me cry. It was so, it touched it. I think it was very relatable. I think the characters had a real nice chemistry. So I think that's one of the reasons that it's still like at the top of the charts.
Absolutely. And one thing I like to ask the people I interview is, tell me a fun fact about yourself.
Well, besides that, I pull weeds and got rid of almost a whole hillside of ice plant. This ice plant was taking over the hill. It was killing the bushes. And so I would get on my gloves and my tennies, and I would just tromp out there, and I would fill up bags full of ice plant, bags full, the great big garbage bags. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good exercise. So people probably don't know that I'm an ice plant picker.
Nice. I love it. And where can we find you on social media? I know you mentioned Facebook, but what's your Facebook name?
My personal page is like full. So it would be great if people would go to Kathy Garver fan page. And my IG is at KG Sissy. And I'm on Twitter, but I don't tweet a lot. But I on my Facebook almost every day. And if they want my books, of course, they can go to my website, which is, strangely enough, kathygarver.com. Or they can get them all on Amazon. But if they go to my website, I'll sign them for them for free.
Fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
it was a pleasure to speak with you today, and I cannot wait to see your new stuff come out.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Sammy. And you definitely are out of this world.
Thank you. You are too. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.